he has carved out for himself in these 8 months or so until he steps down, presumably formally, finally, in November, and that is, September, I should say, and that is like a chairman without any executive powers, leaving his vice president as effectively the day-to-day CEO. Can that work?
I don't think so, because rightly or wrongly, he has become the symbol of the 30 years of lack of progress towards democracy and human rights to those people that I'm watching on the screen right now in 3 different pictures on Fox. And the volatility of the situation is supposed that the Army now starts to react against the people, or the Army is provoked. The volatility of the situation was already very high. I think it's been ratcheted up dramatically, and I think the United States had better be more clear in our message to President Mubarak that we are very serious in our message that he needs to step down. It's unfortunate. We appreciate the friendship.
Now?
Yes, and we appreciate the relationship. We appreciate the peace treaty. We appreciate everything that he's done, and we want to give him every dignity possible to be accorded to him as he leaves. And by the way, the people that I think are playing this very intelligently is the Muslim Brotherhood, and I very, very much worry about their increased influence throughout this whole process.
Senator John McCain, thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil. Bye.
Governor Mike Huckabee with us right now. Governor, what do you think John McCain's just saying?
In many ways, I would agree with him, except to the point that publicly calling for Hosni Mubarak stepping down immediately is probably not going to help the situation, because I'm convinced that one of the reasons that Mubarak is standing tall, or standing firm, standing stubbornly, maybe is a proper way to look at it, is because of us. We put him in the impossible situation of not being able to save face. It's very important.
If he were to resign immediately tonight, it would have looked like he just got to the administration.
That he did exactly what he just said he was not going to do, and that's let some foreign entity tell him what to do. Here's what happens.
People just don't know what the hell he's up to. I mean, his top aides, we keep sending out mixed messages. Right. Even in our country, some of our top cabinet officials are saying, oh, he's going to step down tonight.
When the CIA director is supposed to have a little better insight into it, totally mucks what's happened.
That's scary.
It is scary. But then we've got a director of national intelligence who says that the Muslim Brotherhood is largely a secular organization. For heaven's sakes, where did he get that? Neil, they're as secular as Billy Graham and the Pope are secular. Are you kidding me? The Muslim Brotherhood is one of the most radical Islamic jihadist groups going back to the 1920s. This is a group that is nothing but radical history.
So you think they're going to assume the presence of the Vatican here?
Let's pray to God they don't, but right now they're the best organized. And the real issue right now...
But it's the same God they have. It's the same fucking God, you dumb fuck.
The other one orders iced coffee, and they both get served something that is like newborn tea. Nobody gets what they want. The protesters want Mubarak out now. Mubarak wants to stay, but eventually get out. Nobody's getting what they want. And as a result, it could ignite into a much more dangerous situation. But the one thing of which I'm most certain, nobody knows what the heck is going to happen next.
By the way, we are hearing VP Sentiment speaking to the people right now. We're not getting any English translation of this yet. I don't even know if this is on tape. A lot of these addresses have been on tape of late from all top officials. He is the guy technically in charge of the country. Again, if you'll pardon my business laundry here, he's been made the country's CEO, in charge of day-to-day operations, and Mubarak has kicked himself upstairs to chairman, albeit a very highly paid chairman, worth by some accounts $70 billion, but we won't quibble over how many billions that is. Suffice to say, he's the guy who's presumably running the country. We're monitoring this very, very closely. But, Governor, to your point, and others who have said, okay, we do have the translation now. Let's listen to this for a bit.
The President of Egypt has put the interest of Egypt above any consideration. After the President has given me the responsibility, transferred the authority and the responsibility to keep the security and safety of Egypt, and to protect its children and its people, and to bring back the tranquility to the Egyptian people, and to bring life back to its neutral. I'm asking everybody to contribute to reach this objective, and I have no doubt that the people of Egypt are capable of safeguarding the interest of the country. We have opened the dialogues, and we reached compromises and understandings, and we put together a roadmap to implement most of the demands. Based on the time given, the door is still open for more dialogue. And in this framework, and I stress upon this, I am very committed to do everything that needs to be done to achieve a peaceful transfer of power according to the Constitution. And I declare that I am keen on implementing everything, all of the steps that I committed to during the dialogue, the national dialogue, and every agreement that we will reach in the future. Safeguarding the revolution of the youth and the gains from it, and working on gaining confidence, regaining the confidence between us, and respecting the Constitution to achieve and to realize the demands of the people through dialogue. And from this point, I ask all the citizens to look at the future, and with our hands we can make this future bright and full of freedom and democracy. This people, this brave people of Egypt, will not go into chaos, and we not allow the people who have agenda and who want to terrorize the people. We will not allow them to exist among us. Let us walk together, hand in hand, in a new path that achieves the hope of the youth and all generations for a new life, a stable life, and a safe life, in love of our country and sacrificing for our country with everything we have. The youth of Egypt, to the youth of Egypt and the heroes of Egypt, go back to your homes and your works. The nation needs you so that we can build and develop and innovate. Do not listen to the radios and the satellite TV channels that only want to create chaos and to make Egypt look bad and make it weak. Listen to your conscience. Listen to your awareness, and follow your instincts. We started to work, and we count on God and our institutions, including the armed forces.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Who protected the youth's revolution and protected the country's constitution.
Yeah, right.
And the safety of the citizens and the safety of their belongings. Now is the hour of truth.
Have you been following any of the news in the last half hour?
Work together.
You're probably at work. I understand that. I was, the protesters have like a fucking tent city out there. I'm not sure if that's new. It's the first time I've seen it. And they're having like a huge demonstration. And Mubarak comes out, right? And the word...
I swore to God.
No, he
and I pledge in front of
gave a speech on TV. And like for the whole day, right? Like all the protesters had been getting word that it was him who was about to step down. He's about to step down. They're going to get what they want, the constitutional amendments, everything's going to be fucking, grapes and wine, everything will be great. So Mubarak comes on with the speech that's supposed to be his conciliatory speech, and he's all like, I ain't stepping down, I'm handing some executive authority to the vice president, but I ain't going nowhere, I'm going to die in Egypt, and fuck you, basically.
For the president or the vice president is effectively taken over the role of the president,
It is.